Right. Hello guys. It's been a while since I narrated because I started up a white Nuzlocke roulette, played through that, got a Garchomp called Xavier who swept through Get Sis and N. Pretty fun, but that's a story for another time. Anyway, it seems as though in my little mini break from this fucking game, I pissed off some kind of major deity. I had an Ubers battle with this man, is called FailAtGTA, and he hacks the living shit out of me and seemed to find it quite funny, which I'm gonna say is a little emasculating and not gonna lie. I don't care about hacks, but it's kind of nice when the other person is sort of like, oh, that's really lame, that was unfair, as opposed to, oh, give me more! It's like, so yeah, after getting like crit freezes on my Dialga and shit like that, crits across the board, I challenge him in OU, and this is what happens. I'm leading off with my sexy Volcarona, because Volcarona is God. You'll see. That's, yeah. I'm going to point out the first, I'm assuming, like 4 minutes, maybe 5, I don't know, are basically me cocking around with this Tentacruel. Because, as I just figured out when I brought in this team, I don't actually have much to kill this thing. I mean, I have Hidden Power Ground on my Volcarona. Whoopty frickin' do! It's a special wall! Yeah, he's gonna, really flinch at the sight of that. So, yeah, I go into Gastro, I'm gonna yawn it. He's setting up T-Spikes, and I figured, okay, I'll go into Vileplume as he does something. I don't know. Maybe he'll switch, I'll get rid of his T-Spikes and nothing will have happened. But no, he actually goes T-Spikes again. I don't know if it was a good play on his part or not, because he said, oh, I forgot Vileplume was part poison. I was like, what, so you were just going for another third layer for shits and giggles, huh? Anyway, he's asleep now, and there's still a layer up. And then I think, oh, I'm just gonna go Fortress, because I don't know. Yeah, so I set up Stealth Rocks for no apparent reason, because I don't know. I have nothing to kill this thing. I don't want to go to Entei, because he's going to get poisoned on coming in, and a Scald would kick his nuts in, and I don't want that happening. So, yeah, I'm just sort of floundering a bit. I just don't want Toxic Spikes there. And then I go to Gyarados, and I'm going to taunt, despite the fact that he has Scald, and he can burn me. Bad things happen. But I do it anyway. I'm just gonna taunt. Like I say, I haven't battled in a week. I mean, it was still incredibly stupid. In fact, I was thinking as I was doing it, this is incredibly stupid. But I did it anyway, because that's just how my mind functions. Anyway, he gets a crit there. He was like, oh, I wanted to burn. It's like, oh, quit moaning. You got one bit. Anyway, after taunting him, I am now going to leave. I am going to go to Vileplume, and he's like, oh, I really want to burn. And like, so he scores, and he gets a fucking burn. It's like, well, lucky you. Well, he gets a burn. I think it's next turn. He kept moaning about it. He really wanted burns with his Tentacruel. Fuck me, we're 3 minutes in, and this thing still hasn't switched yet, and it's going to get worse. Anyway, I go Stun Spore because I want this stupid thing slowed down. The thing that I really didn't get was he was like, oh, this is just, this is my piece of crap I don't really care about. It's like, it's a spinner with Toxic Spikes. Why are you sacking it so readily? So he's going to Rapid Spin, get rid of my Stealth Rocks, which I shouldn't have set up in the first place, but oh well. Now I'm going to start Giga Draining him, and it's like an 8 KO, or 8 hit KO. And all this time he's going for schools instead of setting up Toxic Spikes, which I'm quite happy about, but I don't understand at all. Yeah, he really wanted a bird on my Vileplume for no apparent reason. He really did. And he started talking about, like, oh, I wonder what, maybe they should make it so that burns on grass, bugs, ice, and steel do a bit more damage. I'm like, no, it's an awful idea. I don't want that. That and Sizzle would get absolutely butt-fucked by Burn when he already would, so, yeah. Well. I have to say, though, off topic, you should try and Nuzlocke Roulette or whatever games there are. I wanted to do one on Platinum, but apparently there isn't a code for it, or no one's figured it out yet, which is such a shame, because Platinum, Diamond, and Pearl are, in my opinion, 3 of the most boring fucking Pokemon games they've ever made. It's so dull, the Pokemon aren't that interesting, there's very limited selection, despite there being 200 on Platinum. You know, you get fuck all on Diamond and Pearl. I figured having, like, you know, the whole roulette thing might actually add some spice, because it added something to Pokemon White, and yeah, I figured that. I found Pokemon Black kind of dull, so Pokemon White, Nuzlocke Roulette was actually a lot of fun. And the whole Nuzlocke thing helps as well, but yeah, I really wanted to do one for Platinum, and hey, if they ever figure it out for Platinum, I might do an LP of that. That'd be quite fun. It does add something to the game, which is quite funny. Because I just think, oh, it's just a random gimmick that a lot of YouTubers are doing, and believe me, a lot of them are, but it does something to it. Yeah, so he gets a last-minute burn on my fucking Vileplume, which he uses it as a bit of justification later on, but whatever. I want the Tentacruel dead. I don't want to fuck around with this thing anymore. I want it to go away, so after 6 minutes we can get that. That's 12 minutes of trying to kill some stupid tentacle monster. God, Gordon Bennett. Anyway, now with that dead, he's going to bring in Volcarona, I believe. Come on, he's going to bring it in at one point. Yeah, Volcarona. And this thing is a really scary thing to deal with, because I don't have any rocks up, because he was smart and brought it in fairly early on. I mean, that's the thing, Volcarona is late game is fucking shit. Unless you have really good, like, rapid spin support, but early game, it can work quite well. Especially, that's why I like Scarf Volcarona. Fucking early game, bring it in, hit the living crap out of things, or you can late game, get the right things done, and then sweep. Anyway, he goes Quiver Dance on again. He won't have Hidden Power Ground. Only I do that. Oh, you fucking piece of shit, you have Hidden Power Ground. You asshole. So he's going to go for that. He hits my Entei. Entei lives it, but that's because Entei's God. There's no doubt in that. And he's life forward as well. I mean, fucking hell. And in comes Pharaoh, so it's like, oh, when God closes the door, he opens a window. Oh, yeah, gonna wisp that shit. I should have... Well, I'll explain my thought process in a sec, because it appears God, while he was opening said window, he appeared to sort of, you know, put a little bit of cling film over it, so I couldn't actually get through. It was just sort of fake open, that bastard. So yeah, the Wisp misses. There's a very outlandish analogy for Wisp missing, but there you go. And then I'm going to go for it again, I'm going to hit. And you're thinking, well, why, good sir, aren't you fire-fanging? Well, that's what he was thinking as well. He was thinking, why aren't you fire-fanging this? And it's like, have you ever heard of setup fodder? Your Ferrothorn is A, completely fucking useless, and B, burned so it can't kill anything, and C, can only set up stealth rocks. I have a Fortress, I need to get rid of your rocks, and I need to set up some entries, like now. So, I will not kill your Pharaoh, and oh fucking Jesus, does that come to bite me in the arse later? It shouldn't have done, but oh fucking God, it pissed... Ugh. Really must have annoyed him at one point. Oh well. Anyway, he's going to switch out and go to Volcarona because the Stealth Rocks is the most obvious thing in the known universe, and quite obviously I have to leave as well. Now, since Entei has already been butt-fucked beyond recognition by this thing, my next port of call is Gastrodon. He's going to go Quiver Dance again because he knows I'm going to switch. I do know for a fact that he will not... If he's got Hidden Power Ground... and he's got a Life Orb, oh no, he isn't going to have, like, fucking Power Herb Solar Beam. However, I did not bank on Gastrodon taking this much from a Bug Buzz. I know it's +1, I know it's Life Orb, but Gastro can still take fucking Specs Dracos from Latios is better than that, so, yeah. Anyway, I get my yawn off, and I'm like, well, shit, Entei, sorry, but you've got to go. You did your job, but you've got to really die. So I sack him on Stealth Rocks. He's going to get put to sleep. I didn't want to sack Gastro. I figured I might need him more. And now I'm going to go into Gyarados because I'm going to Stone Edge this thing. I would have loved to have Rapid Spin the rocks away, but it's like, if I bring in Fori, that's one turn where he, that's one turn where he's sleeping, and then if I switch to Gira, that's another turn, and then, you know, he could wake up and kill me! He did that much to Gastrodon, how much would he fucking do to Gyarados? Even though I resist it, yeah, that's a bit iffy. Anyway, I just Stone Edge to get rid of the fucking thing. And now I have a bit more leeway to do things. You know, it's sort of opened up a bit. But in comes the Jolteon. I'm thinking, oh, he's gonna go Hidden Power Grass. Why? Because I have Gas Giant's the most obvious thing in the world. However, I go Vileplume. Because it's like, oh, hey, Vileplume sponges Jolteon shit better than anything else, even Gastrodon. Because I figured he would have Hidden Power fucking Grass. But, oh, guess what? He's got Ruddy Ice, and he gets a crit. He didn't tell me if he was Specs or not. I asked him when I brought in Fury after this crit. And I was like, okay, if it's Specs, it would have killed. If it wasn't, I really do doubt it. Because Vileplume, it doesn't have the best stats in the world, but it can fucking tank its fair share. And I would have at least gotten a Stun Spore. Or something, you know? Nice, sexy Giga Drain. Anyway, I'm going to go into Fury, and he does go Hidden Power Ice again, so I'm assuming Specs. Anyone who runs Scarf Jolteon is a bit thick. No offense, but, what is it, 394 max speed? I think that's quick enough. Unless you really, really, really hate Scarf Landorus, I can't think of any other reason why you'd want to run Scarf Jolteon. Then again, I run Scarf Starmie, so I suppose it has a niche somewhere. Then again, Starmie has the move pool to balance it. You know, you can hit everything. Jolteon's got what? Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, and Hidden Power? Yeah. Anyway, I set up, I think I Rapid Spinned and then set up a layer of Spikes. And in comes this Whimsicott, and I'm like, okay, I've got a plan, I know what it's going to be. It's going to be Prankster, Elite Seed, Substitute, all that bollocks. I'm going to go into Volcarona, and I'm going to U-turn as he goes for a sub, break the sub. I'll go into Gyarados, he'll be forced to use Elite Seed, or sub, alternatively, and I'll taunt, and he'll be screwed over, and it'll be perfect. However, I always get into my head that Whimsicott has to run max speed. I don't know why. Because of Prankster, I just assume like, oh, it's max speed, blah. No, most likely it's max HP split defenses, or max defense, max special defense, so I don't know why I keep thinking that, but I do. Because, I don't know. So I figured U-turn and break the sub, and it just doesn't. However, he's going to go Elite Seed here, as I go Taunt, that screws over the Whimsicott, and it's like, okay, I've Rapid Spinned away his Stealth Rocks. 3 of his guys are going to get absolutely demolished by a Fire Blast. I know this for a fact. Or, you know, once I get rid of Theraphorn, Bug Buzz will do exactly the same thing. I outspeed Jolteon, unless it's Scarfed. If it was. So I go into Volcarona. I'm set. Fine. I can switch out. I can change moves. Oh, but, you know, it looks like God has, he wants a bit more revenge. So, my Fire Blast misses. He sets up Stealth Rocks. That was easily the biggest bit of hacks that annoyed me the most, honestly. And I don't, coming back, I figured, yeah, whatever. It's gonna happen, but, I miss again, Gyro Ball, yeah. He gets a crit as well, yeah. Okay, whatever. So my new game plan is, I need to get Fury in, somehow. I mean, I go Fire Blast, I kill the fucking stupid Ferrothorn. But he brings in a Latios. It's like, okay, I can't live another Stealth Rock switching because of the crit. If he hadn't have got the crit, I would have been fine as well. But no. So in comes this Latios. I'm going to sack Gyarados because I figured it would be the one thing I wouldn't need. I was wrong. Well, actually, no. I go into Gyarados, he surfs, and it does a hell of a lot. So, yeah, I figured he might be some other weird variant. I believe he's actually Expert Belt because he goes Surf, then Psychic to kill my Gyarados. And I'm thinking, okay, Gastrodon can live. No, my main plan was if I go into Gastrodon, maybe, just for no apparent reason, he'll go Draco. If he goes Draco, I bring in Fury, I Rapid Spin, I win. That's it, it's done. But no. He is, actually going to Psychic my Gastrodon and kill it. For some apparent reason, Gastrodon couldn't take a Psych. I mean, for fuck's sake, Gastrodon, what are you doing? God, worthless nail. Fury couldn't take a Surf, and then Volcarona couldn't live Spikes coming back in. So there you go, kids. first time back, 2 matches in, and I've already been hacked far more than I would have hoped for. But there you go, part of the game. Anyway, what are you gonna do? Hacks is hacks. I just hope the particular deity I've decided to annoy forgives me in time. But for the time being, it doesn't look particularly hopeful, does it? Oh well, so there you go. We go Surf, kills Fori. Oh. I really hoped Fori would win. Or not win, live. Just by a sliver, by like nothing. I really thought he could pull it off, but no. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this battle where deities hate me, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.